This is stage 2, class number 1. You will need a bouncing ball or a soft toy or cushion for this class. So we'll start with sitting in a diamond-like position with the sole of feet gently pressing against each other. Now going back to the binding breathing, you're thinking about as you draw a TVA, you're going to draw the front of the ASIS and then the belly and the rib cage. Okay, we're going to put that into practice while we do this exercise, the first one. So bring the ball in between your hand, place it in front of your heart here. You're sitting nice and tall, sitting right on top of the sitting bone. So you're not leaning forward or leaning back or even slouching. So sit right above the sitting bone. Okay, now shoulders are broad, elbows are out. Taking an inhale, lateral breathing, and then as you exhale, draw the sole of the feet together or gently press them together, draw the pelvic floor, close the ASIS, close the belly, close the ribs, and squeeze the ball as hard as you can, lifting up the spine and an in-breath. And again, exhale. Bind the pelvis, the belly, the ribs, broaden the shoulder, and in-breath. Again, exhale. Pelvic floor up, TVA in, hold it 3, 2, 1, and in-breath. Again, exhale. And in-breath. 5 more. And in-breath. I'm just going to sit on the side so you can see what's happening. And exhale. And in-breath. And in-breath. One more time. And in-breath. Well done. Now we're going to lie on your back. So rolling from the side and then turning onto your back. Place the cushion or the ball in between your inner thigh, just above the knee. Okay, your feet are hip width apart. Your chest is nice and open. Your arms are long. All right, your pelvis is in neutral position and your spine ideally in a neutral spine too. Okay, so taking an in-breath again. We're going to do that TVA connection. As you breathe out, again, I want you to just gently draw the ball or squeeze the ball a little bit, just very little lightly, 10%, just to engage your inner thigh. And then I want you to draw that pelvic floor up. And again, close the TVA. And then bring close the ribs. Bring it up, scooping in. And then release. Again, exhale. Pelvic floor. Scooping the belly in towards the spine. And then closing the ribs. And an inhale, release. 2 more like so. Exhale. So what you should be feeling a little dent in the abdominal, the front of the abdominal, sinking the abdominal wall towards the spine without disturbing the position of the pelvis or the spine. One more time. Breathe out. Scooping up. And then inhale, let it go. Now we're going to add on into pelvic rocks. So we'll start again. Exhale, TVA, pelvic floor, TVA on. And then that motion is going to imprint the lower back down and the pelvis will come up. Now, while you're doing this position or this action, make sure it's a scoop action and not a bulge in the belly here. Okay? And then inhale, back to the neutral. Again, exhale, pelvic floor, TVA, and then you're going to rock the pelvis, the lower back imprint to the floor, the booty, the bottom comes off, and then inhale, release. And again, exhale, Imprint the lower back. Make sure you really have the scoop feeling here, kind of like a hollow abdominal, okay? And then inhale, release. Let's go 2 more. Exhale. Imprint the lower back. Inhale, release. Last one. And then inhale, release. Moving on to our pelvic clocks. So you have the lower back, you have the left hip bone, the tailbone, and the right hip bone. We're going to trace all those points as we circle the pelvis. So we start with a pelvic rock, and then I'm going to move on to press my left hip on the floor. My right hip will come up, and then the tailbone, I'm going to arch my back a little bit, and then the right hip down, and imprint the lower back. And then the left tailbone down, and the right and the lower back. So again, we're going to in breath and then exhale. Just keep breathing here. Inhale. Now making sure when you have your tailbone down, you arch your back, you don't push that belly out. You skip the belly, scoop in. And moving on, 2 more. And a last one, and the knees are nice and quiet. And then back to the center, return. Moving on to the other side. Breathe out. Imprint the lower back, rock the pelvis, and then the right hips down, and then tailbone, and the left, and the right, tailbone, and the left, lower back down, right, tailbone, and left, right, tailbone, left, lower back, right, left, lower back, right, left, 2 more, right, tailbone, left hip, last one, lower back, right, tailbone, left hip, lower back, and then release the pelvis down. Good job. Now take the ball away or the cushion away. I want you to bring the feet and the knees together. Now I want you to place the index fingers and your thumb like so, and place the index fingers around your pubic bone. Now, it's very crucial that you keep your pelvis absolutely stable and really engage the pelvic floor and the TVA, all right? Now, take an in breath. Exhale, I want you to draw that TVA, pelvic floor up, and tibia in, and then what you're going to do is you're going to inhale to open the right knee without moving the pelvis. Just open the knee to where you feel you can control it, and exhale, close it back again. And now with the left leg, inhale, you may not go far, want you to really stabilize the pelvis. Exhale, and then return. Inhale to the right, and then exhale, return. Inhale, take care that you don't lose that leg down and flop it. You want to keep maintaining the stability of the pelvis. And inhale to the right leg. Exhale. Imagine you have a cup of tea resting on your pelvis. And then you want to keep that cup of tea absolutely stable, resting on your pelvis as you do this. So I'm asking you to really sink deep into the pelvic floor and be sensitive about the placement or the stability of the pelvis. And again, on my left, in breath. Exhale, drawing the ASIS towards each other. And on the right. Exhale, drawing the ASI to each other. And on the left, in breath. Exhale, 1 more each side. Last set here, in breath. Exhale. And the last one, in breath. Exhale. Good job. All right, now I need to have your fingers in the front of the hip bones here, so your SIS here. Now, I want you to keep that pelvis stable again, and we're going to do a heel slide. I want you to draw that pelvic floor up, and then transverse abdominal in, and I want you to slide the leg away. So you inhale, and then exhale. Pull that pelvic floor, drag the leg in. And then repeat the same leg again. With inhale, the pelvis, the lower back stays absolutely stable. And then exhale, and then keep that pelvis anchored as you draw the leg in. And then inhale. Now I want you to not arch your back and pull the belly out when you stretch your leg. And now I want you to maintain the stability of the pelvis and the lower back. Really tighten up that TVA. And then exhale, slide it back in. 2 more, inhale, slide it out. Exhale, do not press the lower back down on the floor. Keep the pelvis stable. Last one, in breath. And then exhale, and then switching to the other leg. And then inhale, you can place your hands on the pelvis all the time. And then exhale, and take note of what your pelvis is doing. In breath. And then exhale. Draw the pelvic floor. Wrap the TVA in. Inhale. Exhale. Again, going back to the binding breathing. You're going to bind that SIS bone really tightly before you draw the leg back in. And then repeat 2 more times. In breath. And then exhale. And 1 more. In breath. And then exhale. Good job. Moving on to our leg lift here. So I'm going to start with my left leg. And then you can place your hands by the side, or you can even have your hands on the hip bones here. So feet hip width apart. And then breathe out. Again, draw the pelvic floor, wrap the TVA in. I want you to lift the left foot up, coming into what we call tabletop here. So the knee goes right above the hip and the shin bone is parallel with the ground. Again, stabilize the pelvis, thinking about the cup of tea resting on the pelvis. Now you're going to lower the leg down from the hip bone, not by dropping the foot and bending the knee further. We're going to inhale, lower from the hip. Exhale, pelvic floor, tibia, and bring the leg up. Inhale, resist the belly from jolting out, pushing out. And then exhale, bring it back. Inhale, belly comes in. Exhale, out. Inhale, again, your pelvis should be absolutely stable. Your abdominals should scoop in. You can use any imagery you like to draw in your TVA. Exhale, bring it up. 1 more time, in breath. Exhale, bring it up. And then let's lower the foot down. Let's switch over to the other leg and reestablish the placement of the pelvis. Breath out, lift the heels. Lift the foot coming up to tabletop, knee over the hip, and the shin bones parallel with the ground. We inhale to lower. Exhale, pelvic floor up, leg up to tabletop. Inhale to lower. Exhale. And inhale, lower. Exhale. And in breath. Moving from the hip joint, taking care again, you do not move the knee, as in you do not bend the knee further. Exhale. 2 more times, in breath. Exhale. 1 more time, in breath. And then exhale. And lower the foot back down. Good job. Now I need to turn your body to your side and then come up into a seated position. So again, you're gonna come back sitting in a diamond leg position. All right, your body is nice and tall. Taking your arms out to the side. All right, I want you to gently press the sole of the feet toward each other so you can activate the inner thigh and then activate the pelvic floor. Now from here, moving on to a side stretch. I'm going to go into my left here. And then I'm going to take my right arm over for a good lateral stretch. Inhale, reaching up the arms, anchoring the bottom down. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then come up, back to center. Now, it's very crucial, I'm going to go over to the other side, that you always stretch your obliques every after a abdominal exercise or after your walk. In breath. Exhale. Again, reach away, in breath. Exhale. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Let's do one more set. Over to the side, to the left. And then take the top arm over. Inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, anchor the sitting bone down. Reach the arm even further. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale. One more, reaching up. And exhale, coming up. And then let's go to the other side. In breath, press the bottom hand down, elbow down, take the top arm over. And in breath, exhale. Again, in breath, exhale. One more, in breath, exhale. Bring your body up, coming up into the T position. Now coming back again to the left, and then taking the right arm over. Now stay in this position. What you're going to do now, you're going to scoop that belly in, and then we're going to reach the top arm in a diagonal position and keep sending the pelvis down to the ground, or ground the pelvis, lifting up the abdominal wall, and then reach the arm away from your back. So this is your QL stretch, your quadratus lumborum muscle in your back that gets quite tight because they have to do a lot of work because your TVM muscle's not working functionally to 100%. So we're going to inhale, drawing up that center, and then exhale. And again, in breath, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale, come back to the side, and then come up, and then last one over to the other side bend to the right, and then taking to the right, the left arm over, and then go ahead and rotate the body, reach the arm away, pulling that center to your back, letting the pelvis sink down to the floor. And again, in breath, exhale, and in breath, exhale. One more, in breath, exhale, and then coming back to a lateral position, come up, and then let this arm go. All right, and then we're going to finish with a rest position. So bring your bottom down towards the heels. You can open the knees slightly and then stretch your arms forward. Now here, again, I want you to try to get the tailbone anchoring down or curling down to the floor, and the arms are reaching away in opposite direction, and the neck is long. We're going to stay here for 5 sets of breath. Now inhale again, expanding the back of the ribs. Exhale, drawing the abdominal in and curling that tail even more. In breath. And exhale. And in breath. Do not let your belly hang down towards the floor. Exhale. 2 more sets of breath. Inhaling. One more. Inhaling. Good job. And then slowly help yourself up. Roll up into sitting upright position. Well done. That was your first class in stage 2.